The physical features of India can be grouped as the Himalayan mountains, the northern plains, the peninsular plateau, the Indian desert, the coastal plains, and the Indian islands. The Himalayan mountains are one of the most beautiful places in India to explore the gifts of nature. Its highest peaks, snow-clad mountains, carpet of flowers, and sunrise, sunset through the mountains offer a delightful experience. The Himalayan ranges can be grouped into five parallel longitudinal mountain belts of varying width, each having distinct physiographic features and its own geological history. They are designated from south to north as the outer or sub Himalayas. They are also called the Shivalik range, then the lesser or lower Himalayas. Next, the Great Himalayan Range, known as the Himadri Range, and the Tethys or Tibetan Himalayas. Further north lies the Trans Himalayas. From west to east, the Himalayas are divided broadly into three mountainous regions, that is, western, central, and eastern. The Himalayas are 2,400 kilometers long, and their width varies from 400 kilometers in Kashmir to 150 kilometers in Arunachal Pradesh. The Shivaliks are the southernmost and geologically youngest east-west mountain chain of Himalayas. They have many sub-ranges and extend west from Arunachal Pradesh through Bhutan to West Bengal and further westward through Nepal and Uttarakhand, continuing into Himachal Pradesh and Kashmir. They extend over a width of 10 to 50 kilometers and have an altitude varying between 900 to 1100 meters. The longitudinal valley lying between the lesser Himalayas and the Shivaliks are known as dunes. For example, we have Dehradun, Kotli Dun, and Patli Dun. Now, these are some of the well known dunes. The hills are cut through at wide intervals by numerous large rivers flowing south from the Himalayas. Next is the Lesser Himalayas or Himachal Himalayas. The Lesser Himalayas or Himachal Himalayas lies to the south of Himadri. The altitude varies between 3,700 and 4,500 meters, and the average width is 50 kilometers. It consists of the Pir Panjal range, which forms the longest and the most important range. Next is the Dhauladhar range and the Mahabharat range. Now, these three are the important ranges lying in the Lesser Himalayas. The Pir Panjal range is the largest sub-range of Lesser Himalayas. It is a group of majestic mountains in the Indian state of Himachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir. The average elevation varies from 1,400 meters to 4,100 meters. The Pir Panjal range is the largest range of the lower Himalayas. Dev Tibba and Indrasan are the two tallest peaks of Pir Panjal mountain range. It also has India's longest rail tunnel known as the Pir Panjal Railway Tunnel. Then it is Banihal Road Tunnel, famous Rotang Pass and Banihal Pass. The Dhauladhar range is one of the branch of the main outer Himalayan chain of mountains in Himachal Pradesh. Dhauladhar mountain range is one of the major attractions in Kangra along with the amazing Kangra Valley. highest peaks of the Dhauladhar range is the Hanumanji Ka Tibba with an elevation of 5,639 meters. The Mahabharat range completely lies in Nepal. The lesser Himalayas consist of the Kashmir, Kangra and Kulu valleys. The Kashmir Valley is bounded on the southwest by the Pir Panjal range and on the northeast by the main Himalayan range. It is approximately 135 kilometers long and 32 kilometers wide and is drained by the river Jhelum. Kulu Manali is one more important tourist place in this region. Due to its close proximity, these two names, that is Kulu and Manali, are often considered as a single destination. The valley is known for its amazing hills and various temples and sightseeing locations attract a huge number of visitors each year. The Kulu Valley is surrounded by Deodar and pine forest and is located between the lower and the greater Himalayan ranges as well as the inner Himalayan ranges of the Pir Panjal. Kulu Manali is one of the topmost tourist places in Himachal Pradesh and is frequented by huge crowds of tourists and pilgrims. Kangra Valley predominantly lies in the state of Himachal Pradesh in India. It is one of the Himachal's most beautiful valleys. The next one is the Great Himalayas or Himadri. This is the most continuous, loftiest, and northernmost range of the Himalayas. The snow clad mountain ranges rise in height up to 6,000 meters and are covered with snow. Many peaks exceed 8,000 meters. It is a source of a large number of glaciers of varying dimensions. When I say glacier, it refers to a huge mass of moving ice. Though it is described as the longest range, it is not continuous because a large number of rivers originating in the north of this range cut across and form deep gorges and move towards the south. However, compared to the other two Himalayan ranges, the Himadri is more massive. The Great Himalayan Range run in a northwest to southeast direction in the western part. Behind these ranges lies the Jhaskar Range. The Jhaskar Range is a mountain range in the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir that separates Jhaskar from Ladakh. Geologically, the Jhaskar Range is a part of the Tethys Himalayas. The next one is the Trans-Himalayan Ranges. They are about 40 kilometers wide and 965 kilometers long. It consists of Karakoram, Ladakh and Kailash Range. The Karakoram Range is located in the northern part of the state of Jammu and Kashmir. It is one of the major ranges of Himalayan system. It is the home of the highest concentration of peaks rising over 8,000 meters. K2 is the second highest peak in the world and the highest peak in India. It runs for a distance of 500 kilometers and is heavily glaciated part of the world outside the polar region. The next one is the Ladakh Range. It is more or less like a huge high altitude plateau region. It is located between the Karakoram Range and the main Himalayan Range. It lies in the rain shadow area. The entire Ladakh region can be described as a cold desert. The next one is the Kailash Range. Now, this range lies entirely outside Indian territory. The Kailash Peak and Mansarovar are the prime attraction for pilgrims. From west to east, the Himalayas are divided broadly into three mountainous regions that are western, central, and eastern. The western Himalayas extend from the Indus River in the west to Kali River along the Nepal border in Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand. The western Himalayas can be further divided on the basis of regions such as Kashmir Himalayas, Himachal Himalayas, Punjab Himalayas, and Kumaon Himalayas. The next one is the Central Himalayas. It stretches between river Kali to river Testa. The major part of Central Himalayas is covered by Nepal. Its eastern part is called the Sikkim Himalayas and the Darjeeling Himalayas. The Eastern Himalayas. It stretches between the Teesta and Brahmaputra. It occupies the state of Arunachal Pradesh. The Eastern Himalayas are also called Arunachal Himalayas. The Eastern Himalayas have a number of passes. Jalipla in Sikkim and Bumla in Arunachal Pradesh are main routes to the Tibetan capital Lhasa. After learning the main Himalayan ranges, we shall learn about the associated mountains. Now, the hill ranges running in the north-south direction along the Myanmar border are called Purvanchal. As they form the easternmost part of the country, they are called Purvanchal. They run through the states of Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram. As a result of the eastward movement of the Indo-Australian plate, we find that a series of hills have developed in this region. From north to south, these hills are referred by different names. Like we have Patkoi Hills in Arunachal Pradesh, Naga Hills in Nagaland, Manipur Hills in Manipur, and Lushai Hills in Mizoram. The highest peak of Naga Hills is Saramati Peak, which is 3,826 meters.